Deep Dive with David Stendahl, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey there, it's David Stendahl with tonight's Deep Dive. It is August 21st, 2018, and I thought I would take a look at coffee today, the ETF being Joe, and the reason for that is it's come to an extreme right now, and we're starting to see some early signs that the market might base. We're not seeing it in the price action, but we are seeing it in a lot of the alerts. So let's go through it. Anybody that's been trading coffee or has been looking at this market, it's a really, really good market you should take a look at on a serious note. It has the trends to the downside, short, intermediate, and long term. Everything's negative. The technical rating is still negative, but the early warning signs that we're seeing here is a pivot low in our elastic level and a sub in our power level, and they're basically looking for a basing type formation. Now these are typically early warning signals, and so I still expect to see a little bit of sideways action, but they're at least popping up here along with a lot of other alerts here just recently. But specifically in coffee, we do have these two alerts that we'll take a look at. The other one that popped up today is a surge low in coffee, and that is a profit taking. So that's probably the best way to look at everything that's taking place here, that we're short, the systems are short, we're looking for an opportunity to start to unwind some of the positions, and that's what we're seeing with some of these alerts. If we take a look at the market action, looking at TradeStation, you can see the trend to the downside. These are daily bars here, and it's been an acceleration as of late. With a little bit of a pop here today. We had a nice little sell-off yesterday, and that sell-off and then the little bit of reversal today with coffee being up not even that much. It was only up a little bit here today, not even 1%. That what we're looking at right now is the beginnings, and that's probably the best way to phrase it, of basing here. So what we have here is the elastic level, and it has started to pop up here a little bit, and I think that what we'll see here in the coming maybe 3-4 days or so, you can watch the deep dives for this, you'll see a secondary signal that's going to pop up here as we start to base, assuming it does, and we'll see this as an early warning signal, but the other one is going to be coming here fairly soon. And towards the bottom here you can see the power level, and you'll see that there's a sub low that is triggered as well. Now we have these every so often, and so we typically wait for the second, not necessarily always the first one. So it's definitely going to start to base here, and just a matter of how volatile will it be and what kind of an opportunity is really going to arise here. And I'll just simply show this to you very quickly. You can see that the trend, again, daily bars here, you can see that it has been so strong. It's probably a better indication with this sell-off. This little indicator right down here, that one is showing the profit taking, the surge low. So what will happen here is that we're going to be looking for an opportunity for us to unwind some of our short positions and look to cover those shorts. I doubt that we're going to see any new long positions just yet, but as of right now, we have 3 shorts that are out there, or two shorts, I should say, and just recently had one that went flat earlier in the day. So what we have is the 3 shorts. We've got a nice open position profit, and I would suspect that some of these intraday systems, we got a daily, and this intraday, this 90, will start to reverse out here hopefully fairly soon, and across the board with all 3 positions, got a nice healthy open position profit, no complaints on that side, and it's just a matter of just sorting to protect ourselves. On a larger scale basis, I just want to give some perspective on this. What we have is under performance, and then we have distribution analysis, monthly analysis, and then monthly basically CVAR, conditional VAR. And what this does is it allows us to see all of the different markets. You can see lean hogs right now all the way down to coffee, and what we're looking at is how far has a market moved during the course, in this case, a month's basis? So this is the 21st of the month, so we're pretty far into the month. How far do we typically see a big move for the market, and how close are we to reaching that CVAR? So this is all relative. It's not necessarily a 1% move in one particular market and 1% in another. Sometimes, the Treasury notes, they might not see a 1% move all that dramatically, but you could see definitely a big 1% move in coffee in a single day. And so what we're looking at here is a monthly chart, monthly data at least. We're seeing this as of yesterday, because it's always off by a day here. But you can see that coffee is 99.12%, almost at its CVAR. And the CVAR is what would be an extreme conditional percent move, plus or minus, for a particular market. And so I just point this out, that for the month, of all the markets we look at, the coffee market is at its extreme. And it typically, when it gets into that phase, that's when you want to start looking at a market and say, it's likely that it's gone a little bit too far. Now, there's no reason to say that it couldn't accelerate, but it's a good way to say what markets are at an extreme level and potentially likely to reverse course, or do you want to add to the position? But I always look at this particular graphic, always looking for markets that might have moved a little bit too far. So here's coffee. It's almost at 100%, and it certainly is the most dramatic of all of the markets, with the exception of maybe hogs here. Of all the markets that are out there, it is the closest to its negative CVAR. Lean hogs, the closest at 74.63% to its high CVAR. But in this particular case, it just simply makes it very dramatic to really show coffee in the fact that it has had a dramatic sell-off here and is probably due for some type of a reversal. So having gotten those early reversal signals and the fact that our systems are short, I want to be watching those particular markets very carefully. Obviously, the systems are going to do what the systems are going to do, but for those of you that are watching the market, not a bad time to just closely monitor these markets and look for opportunities to take some profits. So with that, we'll look at some other markets here fairly soon, and we'll kind of go from there. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.